Hello YouTube, Liverpool fan in Japan here, the Miyazaki man, Sai. Top of the league, baby, that's what we're talking about. But what we really want to talk about in today's video is how Liverpool overcame Brighton, especially because we wasted a lot of chances. It's the end of an international break, we're back onto it in front of a packed crowd at Anfield. De Zerbi, the little maestro, did some unexpected little twists, and Klopp himself countered with very innovative strategies. Let's get into it. So the first thing that I want to mention is Emperor Endo, Endo, the Big E, channeled the German Emperor, Der Kaiser, Franz Beckenbauer. Klopp played him as a libero, a sweeper, in between the centre-backs, in between Quansah and Van Dijk. Why? Because, you know what? De Zerbi put Modder on Van Dijk. He man-marked Van Dijk to stop him distributing the ball, to ping the ball around. Jarell Quansah getting his foot on the ball with little drag backs, very cool to see his confidence. Had to really work hard to find openings because De Zerbi completely went man for man, marked all across the pitch, and with that man sitting on Van Dijk even roamed further upfield than he normally does, especially in the second half. He found himself in the pockets, in the left Mazzala position, in the deep lying six position, out wide on the channel as well. Van Dijk had to work hard to find the space, and Quansah had to work hard to find the gap. So what did we do? We placed Endo in between Van Dijk and Quansah to get his foot on the ball and to break the lines as well with progressive passes, passing through the midfield, through the lines, eventually finding sexy Alexis Mac Allister, because Mac Allister, what a performance. He channeled the true quality Argentinian tens of old, your Juan Roman Riquelmes, your modern day Messi, your Pablo Aimar. Even you could be mentioning D'Alessandro or Piatti or someone in the lesser ilks, but actually Mac Allister is upper echelon, upper tier. He showed it in the World Cup as well. Ultra reliable, and he's come on leaps and bounds in that number 8 position, progressive number 8 position, because you look at our two number 8s, right? Dominik Szoboszlai, Domi Schlobbers, attacking midfielder, kind of variant box to box in the middle, trying to get his foot on the ball, but he hasn't got the ability to get the ball roll onto the foot like Mac Allister does, to get his head up and ping it straight away. But Domi Schlobbers is more of a long shot maestro. He has ability to be a threat from range and with his delivery from the right hand side, drilling the ball into Mac Allister, who with a touch kills the ball and slides in Mo Salah. That is what Liverpool have been missing. That cute player who can get his foot on the ball to slide the ball in between the lines and into our forwards. You know that Mo Salah, when he's got to take those additional touches, his touch is a bit iffy. He hasn't got the best touch in the world. He's not the Ibrahimovic or the Dennis Bergkamp or the Cruyff or someone who instantly gets the ball under the spell and does whatever. Mo Salah's touch is a little bit hit and miss despite him being quality. Now Mo Salah's number one quality, and his number one quality throughout the ages of Liverpool, is his ability to run into the right spaces. His off the ball movement is absolutely unparalleled, knowing what to do and where to go, and what he has to do to get that shooting opportunity. Now for better or for worse, it increases metrics and statistics. He's most likely our goal scorer, our goal winner. He was a goal scorer and he got the assist, right, for the other goal. And yet people would say he hadn't had the best of games, but this has always been Mo Salah. He's not the deadliest shooter. He's not the most clinical shooter. But he's a good shooter, a great forward, and a fantastic player who always gets in the right position, and the most reliable in terms of converting the opportunities eventually to win us the games. How many times has Mo Salah been the game winner? Many times. Not just through the goals, through the assists as well. Because did you see that sexy pass through to Lucho Diaz? Obviously ruled off for offside, but he has that in his locker now, the ability to put the ball in a sixpence onto where the forwards expect it so that they can shoot first time or come onto the ball and score. He's been so good at that decisive pass to get Lucho Diaz, to get Nunez or someone in and behind goals. Especially previously Nunez and Salah assisting each other, but now to Lucho Diaz as well. And it's just unfortunate that it was called offside, because that was a great counter-attack which Nunez started by doing a diagonal run. They couldn't live with his pace. He got cleaned out, taken out. Salah got his foot on the ball, played in Diaz, who slotted it home, right? But Brighton made it difficult. Now, at this stage of the season, right, it doesn't matter about performances anymore. After the international break, it's very hard to get your rhythm, your tempo, G yourself up, get everything clicking. Liverpool actually perform better when they play back to back, even with congested fixture list, bad for kind of squad health or fitness or anything like that. Liverpool play better when they're on the back of recent games, because somehow they keep the adrenaline in the body and they really go for the throat and they really dig out a good performance. After the international break, a little bit lethargic, so you do want to kind of play at home for the reasons that the fans and the crowd really G you up, and there's no better place than the magic of Anfield to really put it home into the players and say, go on son, perform in front of us, get the win. And now it doesn't matter how you get the win, points are everything that matter in the final 10 games or so of the season, because history is written by the winners, and if we can win the league, it's all gold, baby. Klopp's final glorious chapter. I think as well, It is now in our hands, and this is the narrative that Klopp wants. Despite all the setbacks at Tottenham, the McAllister red card, the Curtis Jones red card, playing against Newcastle with 10 men, Van Dijk being sent off and Nunes coming on to score that double, all the mini narratives in the season. And I will do a video on all the times Liverpool got screwed by PGMOL, by the referees, by the opposition, by injuries, by all that kind of stuff, because you've got to put some respect on Joey Gomez Gialdini. He has stepped up left back, right back, number 6 position, even centre back, his main position, right? Fantastic player. Conor Bradley come in for Trent Alexander-Arnold, never put a foot wrong, does not look out of place, and there's always a constant attacking threat. He's still got edges to refine in his game, but that energy, that enthusiasm, the comfortableness on the ball, the ability to drive down the right hand side, overlapping, underlapping, taking a shot, trying to get the assists as well. Magical player, and he scored a belter on international duty as well. Then you got Jarrell Quansah, the surprise pick of the season, coming in from Joel Matip, right? Controversy creates cash. In this case, Jarrell Quansah cashed in on Matip's injury to really show what he's about. People didn't see it previously when he was at the lower league standard to show, as a standout player, but sometimes you play to the level of the opposition and to the league and to the strategy, and now we trust Jarrell Quansah with the ball. And who's the one giving Jarrell Quansah the ball? Caoimh Kelleher. Caoimh Kelleher's come in and fantastic. He's always been a great shot stopper, but he needs that consistent run in the team to show his quality. You would not complain if Caoimh Kelleher was number 1, but yeah, Alisson Becker's world-class number 1. Obviously, he's just so good, especially closing down those angles, unbeatable 1v1, makes impossible shots look routine and easy. We are blessed to have such a powerful squad, and we need every single one of them at this stage of the season. It wasn't so surprising that Klopp did not bring on the substitutes till very, very late, because the reasoning is Brighton's interchangeability and movement really caused a lot of problems. Let me tell you why De Zerbi passed his audition with flying colours, right? People might say he's a maverick, he's a tinkerman, he changes. With the players he's got in his squad, no Kaoru Matoma, Caicedo has gone, Alexis McAllister is on our team pulling the strings, right? He absolutely shat on the Seagulls. No, sorry, excuse that pun. That's a great Yarmouth Beach kind of thing, isn't it? Or that bird poo and all that. He's reinvented his team to get players into position who can beat any press. Now, Liverpool's press is the most offensive, vile, no room to breathe, no room to manoeuvre, gen pressing, in your face, in a trigger point, turn over the ball right towards your goal, right? Brighton created passing lanes that in traditional football you can't really see exist. Passing back to the player, giving the ball, passing back to the player. How did the third man magically appear in a place after 4 passes between the same players and no one picks him up? And they did that again and again and again. Adingra, how did he get so much space in between Conor Bradley and Jarrell Quansah when every single match we know that they're trying to hit a ball in behind our right back slot when Trent used to be there, and when Conor Bradley bombs up as well? Welbeck obviously profited from that kind of situation in the first 2 minutes, but they did it again and again. And Baleba outpaced us through the middle, through our press. How many times did we have to pull the player back to stop an offensive break, an offensive transition, get the yellow card? Joe Gomez got a yellow card for that. Van Dijk got a yellow card for that. Endo got a yellow card for that. McAllister got a yellow card for that. Darwin Núñez got a yellow card for that. De Zerbi is a master of creating a situation where you can break the press. Whether it's a Lewis Dunk piece of skill, or that was a little bit silky, wasn't it? I did appreciate that skill. The slam dunk between the 2 players. They managed to isolate Jarrell Quansah 1v1 on the channel, on their left, on our right, many times. Imagine if Kaoru Matoma was there in that channel. That would have been devastating. How many chances did they get on a goal in terms of a threatening position, when actually we're like, how did they get into that position? It's because De Zerbi manages to interchange the players into such a way that's unconventional, which I did a video about, the last video in fact. Check that out if you want to see the formations with the tactics board and everything. On getting the extra man into the right positional pocket on the 4th or 5th pass. Now, every time you see a player transition into a pocket of space, he gets picked up and he gets marked. However, if the ball is played in such a way that 4th or 5th man knows the trigger point to get into that pocket of space is on the 3rd or 4th pass, then it's very hard to pick up, because traditional sense says that once you've played 1 or 2 passes, you try to be the spare man to give your mate an outlet to off you go. But what if the player from so deep becomes that extra outlet man? Who's going to pick it up? It's going to be such an offensive player on your side, a left winger, a right winger, maybe even Núñez, having to pick up the extra man, whether it's a centre back or their number 6, Pascal Grove or whoever, pushing into that position to be the extra man to progress through the lines is so hard to pick up. And De Zerbi manages to find that extra man again and again, and it doesn't happen by chance. He's drilled it into the players that at opportune moments, when the tempo is slowed down or when the tempo is picked up and at a trigger point on a 4th or 5th pass, you get into that position and make yourself the option so we can go forward and off you go like the Red Owls do on a counter-attack. The Blue Brighton work it out. They work out the pieces of the puzzle where they need to be at the right moments to cause an offensive threat. And Liverpool are defensively solid. We have Wataru Endo, Emperor Endo. Szoboszlai works like a madman, a beast. Lucho Diaz does his defensive shift as well. Mo Salah is positionally trying to help out Conor Bradley as well, even though not as much as on the other side of Lucho Diaz. Nunes tracks back and works hard. McAllister absolutely works hard and gets his foot stuck in. He really does. Van Dijk pushes and compresses the pitch. So does Jarell Quansah. Conor Bradley's a pest, always kicking away at the shins, kicking away at Adingra and not giving him a moment's space as well. And on the left-hand side, Joe Gomez packs into the bottom of the 6 alongside Wataru Endo when he pushes up from the sweeper position into the base of the number 6 as well. And yet, Brighton were in there the whole time, and it was so difficult for us to score a clear-cut chance. And even when Ferguson and Buonanotte and Lallana came on, right? Lallana got into the space to make that chance. Ferguson was the dummy runner. Buonanotte got his foot on the ball and played into Lallana, who first touched it and flashed it across our goal. They know exactly their role in the team and what they need to do and how to transition the ball and progress the ball. And they're a hostile environment at Anfield against quality opposition who are top of the league, and they still play their style of football intrinsically. They just know what to do and create opportunities. Their metric statistics are high up there. Their bravery are high up there. They are confident in their manager. They know what they need to do, and it looks bloody good. It's not a bad audition at all in front of Liverpool faithful, because imagine the Liverpool players were drilled in the same way, knowing to get Lucho Diaz into the right pockets of space to go and have the shot, right? Right now, he's a mercurial talent on the edge of the games, obviously on the edge of your seat when he gets the ball, but it's fairly obvious he's trying to cut inside to shoot across goal. Salah cut inside, shoot across goal. Our patterns of play are well established. Ancelotti and Pep Guardiola and other people intimated that they know exactly what Liverpool are trying to do. It's just our outstanding quality allows us to do that again and again, and it's hard to stop, right? But against the De Zerbi's Liverpool, you just don't know what's going to happen. That could be very, very exciting. But obviously, Amorim, I think, is by far the favourite for Liverpool in the eyes of the viewer, right? In the eyes of the fans, especially now that Alonso has pulled out. So De Zerbi, Amorim, both would bring a very interesting style. But I tell you what, right? One thing we can't have is wasted chances, futile efforts, breaking the opposition's lines. Now, it's because Salah doesn't always pass and doesn't always have the best of visions in the final third. When he's got a chance on goal, he usually goes for it, because Firmino, Mane and Salah, out of them three, Salah is the less likely one to pass and the most likely one to go for himself and get the goals. Obviously, he's got this high goal scoring metrics, so he deserves the chance to create opportunities for himself, and you can't begrudge him for that because he got the winner and an assist as well. But sometimes he is so frustrating. Could a better player get on the end of those chances? Well, you'd have to think, does that replacement actually get into the positions and get those opportunities in the first place? Potentially yes, but we have Salah and we're benefiting from Salah and we're top of the league, so nothing to complain about then. But it was a bit frustrating, right? Especially when Elliott overlapped and Elliott got into great positions, because Elliott is positionally very, very good at finding those pockets of space, which is why he comes off the bench. He's a very intelligent player and goes where Klopp can identify that we can cause maximum harm in that moment in time. And yet Salah didn't play him in. Us Liverpool fans across the world, it's time to be excited. Here we are, the season finale, Klopp's glorious final chapter. Fans around the world, make sure you smash a like on this video if you enjoy it, all positivity, all good news. And hitting that like really helps this video perform as well. It beats the YouTube algorithm, gets this video in front of people, so hopefully they can enjoy the community that we're building so far. Some of the best and most talented and highest IQ Liverpool fans. I'm loving the commentary all the way. Thank you so much. Substance in abundance, we're top of the league, and look at the form table. Liverpool are the only ones who cracked out a win. No away team could do it. Arsenal, Man City dropped the maximum points possible. They gained 1 point. It was a dull, drab affair. They don't particularly look great. We don't need to play Arsenal anymore. We don't need to play Man City anymore. In fact, the fixture list looks very kind for us. Liverpool are on a bit of a run, and we got Curtis Jones coming back. Diogo Jota the slot, who can turn those draws into victories, and we need the victories. We can't be doing with draws, because that's one game out of the season and we don't have many games left, as I keep harping on again and again. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. There's so much content coming up. We're moving into the new house, the studio, in just over a month's time. Very exciting time. Liverpool fan in Japan, Miyazaki man Ichibana, trying to make the best content possible. So I'd appreciate your backing. Thank you so much for all the commentary. I'm going to make the video on why I think Amorim really looks the part for Liverpool and what would be different. 10 major differences. Amorim's Liverpool against De Zerbi's Liverpool. Very different stylistically and different vibe. And also the way you'd watch the team play week on week, there's definitely elements there of intrigue on each of these new managers. It's a very, very exciting time. You know, you don't always want stability. I understand why Pep Linders isn't considered for the role, because sometimes you need a big overhaul. You don't need continuity. You need a refresh. And players actually kind of get excited as well for new methods, new management, a new way to see the game, play the game, and hopefully win all the prizes. Thank you so much for supporting the channel as always. I really, really appreciate all of you. Games are coming thick and fast and I can't wait. I love watching Liverpool in action. British summertime is such a blessing because 1 hour further back, which means it's earlier for me because we were 9 hours ahead, now we're only 8 hours ahead. When the studio and house is ready, I'm gonna go straight into those live streams and follow me along. Let's have a hell of a ride. Really good fun time. Domo arigato minasan. Janet.